In a quiet field far from town, two little girls stood crying, their small hands clinging to each other for comfort. Their father had told them it was just a game, one where they'd be buried in the dirt, and he'd come back to find them like hidden treasures. But as the sun began to set, casting golden light across the land, they realized something wasn't right. Their father, dressed in a clean suit despite the muddy ground, smiled at them without warmth. He kept tossing more dirt around their necks, ignoring their pleas to stop. The girls didn't understand why he wouldn't let them out. They were only 5, innocent and full of trust, but fear was creeping into their hearts. Nearby, a white horse watched with intelligent eyes. It had been grazing peacefully, but now it sensed danger. The animal took a few steps closer, its ears twitching, nostrils flaring. Something about the scene made it uneasy. The cries, the trembling voices, the man who looked too calm. If you've ever felt your heart race when someone you love is in trouble, if you believe animals can feel more than we think, then hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay with us. Because what happened next will leave you breathless. Back to the story. The horse stood still, watching every movement. The man didn't notice. His mind was fixed on finishing what he started. The girls were almost completely buried up to their necks now. Tears rolled down their cheeks as they whispered each other, begging for help. The horse snorted, loud enough to echo through the empty field. The man turned sharply, irritation flashing in his eyes. "Go away," he muttered under his breath, throwing another handful of dirt over the girls. "Not now." But the horse didn't move. Instead, it stepped forward again, this time with purpose. Its hooves pressed firmly into the soft earth, muscles tense beneath its gleaming coat. It knew. "Daddy, please," one of the girls whimpered, her voice shaking. "I don't like this anymore." He paused, looking down at them. For a moment, something flickered in his face. Regret? Fear? But it passed quickly. He forced a smile, brushing sweat from his forehead. "It's okay," he said softly. "Just a little longer." The horse neighed, sharp and loud. A warning. Then, before the man could react, the horse charged. It came galloping across the field with powerful strides, hooves pounding the ground like thunder. The man barely had time to step back before the impact sent him flying. He landed hard, groaning in pain. The horse circled once, then stopped between him and the car parked nearby. It stared at him, not with anger, but with judgment. The girls, still half buried, watched wide-eyed. One of them whispered, "He's protecting us." The man scrambled to his feet, blood trickling down his temple. He looked at the horse like it was some kind of ghost, some kind of monster. Okay, he shouted, raising his hands. "I'm leaving." The horse didn't move right away. It studied him, waiting to see if he meant it. Finally, slowly it stepped aside. The man ran to his car, got inside, and sped off, tires kicking up dust behind him. The silence that followed was heavy. The horse stood still for a moment, then turned toward the girls. They were scared, cold, and tired, but hope stirred in their chests. The horse walked over to them, lowered its head, and began digging. With careful, steady kicks of its hooves, it loosened the dirt around them. Hour after hour, it worked tirelessly, never stopping until both girls were free. They collapsed onto the grass, trembling, hugging each other tightly. The horse stood beside them, breathing heavily, sweat glistening on its white coat. It nudged them gently, guiding them close so they could curl up against its warm body. And there they stayed, two lost children and an unexpected protector, under the stars, waiting for morning. By dawn, the sky had turned pink, and the wind carried the scent of wildflowers. The horse remained alert, keeping watch while the girls slept. But soon, footsteps approached. An old man appeared through the trees, holding a flashlight. His name was Mr. Alvarez, a rancher who lived nearby. He had been searching for his missing horse, Thor. When he saw the girls wrapped in dirt, clinging to a horse, his heart dropped. "Dios mio," he whispered, kneeling beside them. "Are you all right?" Thor nuzzled his hand, as if telling him everything would be okay. The girls looked at each other, unsure. But something in the old man's eyes, kindness, patience, made them nod. "He left us," one of them finally said, "buried us in the dirt." Mr. Alvarez's jaw tightened. He pulled off his jacket and wrapped it around them. "You're safe now," he promised. "Come with me." And so, under the rising sun, a new chapter began. Weeks passed, then months. The girls, named Lila and Elia, grew stronger. They lived with Mr. Alvarez now, helping him care for the horses, planting a garden, learning how to ride. And always by their side was Thor, the brave horse who would save them. On the anniversary of that day, they returned to the field where it all began. Spring had come, flowers blooming where once there was only dirt and fear. Lila and Elia ran barefoot through grass, laughing as Thor trotted beside them, tails swishing playfully. "Grandpa!" Elia called, waving. "Thor says he wants you to play too." Mr. Alvarez chuckled, sitting on the porch with a warm smile. "Does he now?" "Yes." Lila grinned. "He always knows what we need." He nodded, watching them run, watching life return to a place that had once held so much darkness. That night, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in orange and purple, the three of them sat together on the porch. Thor stood nearby, watching over them like a silent guardian. "Do you think our story has a happy ending?" Elia asked quietly. Mr. Alvarez looked at her, then at Lila, then at Thor. "No," he said gently, "because our story isn't about a happy ending. It's about a happy beginning." And as the stars appeared above, shining down on the field where pain had once ruled, peace settled over them. Love had grown here. Hope had taken root. And courage had arrived on four legs. Moral lesson: even in the darkest moments, unexpected heroes can emerge, reminding us that love, courage, and compassion transcend boundaries.